what are some of the your top tips on how to better ensure that you can survive as a freelance illustrator?
Top tips for surviving.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or thriving.
yeah, thriving ideally. I mean, you have to have a like having a thick skin and realizing that, like we are talking about, that rejection is always going to be
Mm,
part of it. Not to be too precious about every single idea you have. They're not all going to be great. Sometimes, sometimes the client's right. You know, but I think, creating the work that you want to do for other people, the first thing to do is just like make some work that is like closest to your heart, that like I found like the easiest stuff to make, that like the stuff that was like closest to my heart. Like when I was started out doing the editorial stuff, I was trying to do editorial work, and at the same time I was like making cute cards for my wife, or like if I pissed her off or something and I had to apologize, I'd find the cutest animal, and in like a half an hour, like whip out this little cute character, and salvage my relationship. And but I did that on the side, and I wasn't doing that like professionally. And then
yeah.
like one day it was like, wait a minute, this is what I should be doing. I should be doing, these cute fuzzy animals, because it's like it didn't seem hard enough. It was just like it was, but that was the thing. And like once I switched to that, uh like things started to click, and I started to get real jobs.
Right.
So the first thing to do is like make sure that what work you're doing is like from you and your heart and what you love to do, and it's not what you think the market can hold, or following some trend of, or whatever is going on at the moment. um that's number one, and creating that work, so you have examples on your website, and only showing the work of the stuff that you would love to do.
Mm,
You know, a lot of art directors, I think, there's some amazing creative art directors, and they're obviously like the best ones are great collaborators, but they also just let you do what you do. But they know well enough to match you to the project, that you're going to be a good match, that you can just do what you do. So presenting that face to the world of like the things that you want to do that's like closest to what you are, I think is like the number one thing, like not trying to be anything else other than yourself. I think that's huge. And that took me a long time to figure out. I thought I was being myself, but I was also trying to be a professional. And, sometimes in the end, art school, you're kind of like, you have this ragtag portfolio. They're like, well, do this and do that. And like,
yeah.
someone's going to ask you how, you got to do this kind of project or whatever. And it's like, those things like might not be you. And so those are
Mm,
the first things you need to dump from your portfolio, and just do the things that are like comfortably you. Like that, I think is like the number one thing.
mm,
Like you said, like having your systems of, feeling out the potential client. Are they willing to put a deposit down, put their money where their mouth is?
yeah.
Are they trying to dangle some other elusive carrot to you? Are they trying to make you do like spec work against other people? Like if
Yeah.
they're like, hey, could you just do a sample for us and da 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 da? Always ask.
Yeah.
Like, am I the only person you're approaching? Or are you asking multiple people, and force them to tell you?
Yeah.
And if they're asking multiple people to do free work, don't do that job either.
Yeah.
Like that's another. But all of that stuff I learned from learning the hard way, which is just
Right.
my lot in life. It's the only way I really learn, by like doing it wrong first or 10 times, and then being like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, that and it's fun to be an artist, and it's awesome to be paid to like follow your passion, but the other thing that no one tells you is that you still have to be a business owner. You still
Yeah.
have to be organized. You gotta like hold the deadlines. You have to like manage, you gotta do your taxes, you gotta manage your calendar, you gotta promote yourself, you have to do all the other like business crap and answering emails and all that other stuff. So just be prepared to do that, because that's part of the thing. You can't be, which is fine because like you can't be creative, pumping creative stuff out all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but I forget, I don't know where I was going with that, but um, just kind of realizing it's like you are a business, treat yourself like a business, and other people treat you like a business. Because like I think there's a tendency too that um, some people who aren't in creative positions think that creative people are just like grown-up children and everything's fun for them and this is fun and it's not a job. It's like, yeah, there's a fun element to it. Like I love getting up in the morning and going into my studio and knowing like I'm going to draw cute bunnies for the day and someone's going to pay me for it eventually. But it's still a job and it's still
Yes.
work and sometimes it's still hell. Um, so don't let anybody like think otherwise, that it's not a real job. I find that that's a that's a never-ending sort of thing where people just think you're just playing in a sandbox all day. It's like, no, you're a business owner that does fun, cool stuff that like other people wish they could do.
Yeah.
But it's not all fun, and like they say, it's show biz, not show fun.
Yeah.